Court of Appeal Judge Wan Ahmad Farid Salleh has been named Malaysia's new Chief Justice, replacing Tengku Maimun Tuan Mat, who retired on July 2nd. In a statement at midnight, the Office of the Chief Registrar of the Federal Court announced that the appointment was made under Article 122B of the Constitution. It said His Majesty the Yang di-Pertuan Agong gave his royal assent following the advice of the Prime Minister and consultation with the Conference of Rulers. Two other key judicial posts were also filled. Federal Court Judge Bakar has been appointed as the new Court of Appeal President. Meanwhile, Court of Appeal Judge Azizah Nawawi takes over as Chief Judge of the High Court of Sabah and Sarawak. The letter of appointment ceremony and the oath-taking ceremony, including the oath of office and oath of allegiance before His Majesty the Yang di-Pertuan Agong, will be held on July 28th at Istana Negara. Wan Farid, who is 62, was already seen as a frontrunner for the CJ role. When contacted by Malaysia Kini, several legal sources described him as a fair and impartial judge. Before joining the judiciary, he was Deputy Home Minister in 2008 under Abdullah Badawi and was also the Kuala Terengganu UMNO Chief. He was appointed as a Judicial Commissioner in 2015 and later served as a High Court Judge from 2019 until 2024. Pandan MP Rafizi Ramli and 8 other PKR lawmakers are urging freshly appointed Chief Justice Wan Ahmad Farid Salleh to tackle long-standing judicial issues head-on. In a joint statement, they called for stronger judicial independence under Wan Farid's leadership. By virtue of his new role, he now chairs the Judicial Appointments Committee. The MPs listed key priorities. First, fill 31 vacant judges' posts quickly to prevent justice delays. Second, ensure appointments are based strictly on merit and seniority, respecting those who have upheld the judiciary's integrity. Third is to ensure appointments follow the proper processes under the Federal Constitution and the JAC Act and are made based on merit and seniority. They also called on him to ensure there is no interference in judicial appointments, saying no one should engineer or influence selections in ways that undermine the Constitution or the JAC Act. Another demand is to resolve past issues raised in JAC meetings, including allegations of attempts to sway judicial decisions made against a federal court judge. The group also presented several proposals for the government's consideration, including refining the Prime Minister's power to reject the nomination list from the JAC. They argued that the Prime Minister should be required to provide official reasons, either to the JAC or Parliament, for rejecting candidates vetted by the Commission. Pandan MP Rafizi Ramli is doubling down on his call for a Royal Commission of Inquiry and a Parliamentary Special Select Committee on the judiciary. Speaking to Malaysia Kini, he stressed that recent controversies have highlighted the urgent need for reform so that the issue won't be repeated. He welcomed the new judiciary appointments, but said that it did not immediately resolve existing issues surrounding judicial appointments. Hence, he said he and the 8 other PKR MPs plan to continue their campaign for broader judicial reforms. Rafizi highlighted a key concern: the Prime Minister's power to ignore the Judicial Appointments Commission recommendations. He said this must be tightened with official justifications required for any rejection. He stressed that a call for an RCI and PSSC stands because that is for the federal government to follow through. According to Rafizi, only an RCI or a PSSC can deliver meaningful improvements to the appointment process, and not the current JAC as it is now. A majority of UMNO division leaders are calling on Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim to execute a royal addendum that would let Najib Razak serve his remaining jail term under house arrest. This came following a meeting of UMNO division heads in Kuala Lumpur last night. In a statement, which was read by Wangsa Maju UMNO Division Chief Shafiq Abdullah, they stated that the Pahang Palace had confirmed the document in a January 4th letter, and the Court of Appeal echoed this on January 6. They also hit out at former Attorney General Ahmad Terriruddin and accused him of hiding the addendum for over a year. The leader said the act went against the principles of transparency and accountability and was a disrespect to the supremacy of the Constitution. They added that they had also sullied the Agong and Malay rulers' discretionary powers in addition to denying justice for Najib. With this, they urged Anwar to take full responsibility and execute the order without delay. The statement was endorsed by 160 out of 191 UMNO division chiefs. The group had also called for a royal commission to investigate Tehruddin, who now sits as a federal court judge, but stressed that the immediate priority is to enforce the royal addendum. They also urged the current Attorney General Duski Mokhtar to withdraw his appeal against the order. Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim said he's open to discussing the royal addendum involving his predecessor, Najib Abdul Razak, with UMNO leaders. According to Free Malaysia Today, Anwar said he's ready to have talks with UMNO leaders, explain the matter if needed, and do what's right to preserve harmony. This comes after 160 out of 191 UMNO division chiefs demanded the government execute the royal order without delay. The Pahang Palace had confirmed in a January 4th letter that the previous Yang di-Pertuan Agong, Pahang ruler Sultan Abdullah Sultan Ahmad Shah, issued a royal addendum allowing Najib to serve the rest of his sentence at home. Najib's lawyer Shafi Abdullah had submitted the letter from the Pahang Palace before the Court of Appeal. The letter was signed by the controller of the royal household for the Sultan of Pahang, Ahmad Kirizal Abdul Rahman. On January 11th, Anwar had also acknowledged that the Attorney General did receive a letter regarding the royal addendum. However, he said that after the letter was received, the Yang di-Pertuan Agong changed, and the AG submitted the letter to Istana Negara to allow the newly appointed Agong, Sultan Ibrahim Sultan Iskandar, to make a decision.